Welcome to the No Spin News, Thursday, February 6, 2025. Stand up for your country. Back in dreary New York, there's supposed to be really bad weather here for the next week or so. Florida weather was fabulous. I mean, you know, I know the downside of living in Florida, bugs, heat, not a lot of cultural stuff going on, but boy, was it nice down there. So we're back here, and another day, another session, President Trump provoking his enemies. Now keep my phrase in mind, provoking his enemies. And that is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. So as we reported yesterday, I spoke with President Trump personally about his Gaza vision. And it was very interesting. And I don't think it's going to happen because there are too many people in the Middle East who don't want any solutions. They make money or they gain power off the Jews and the Palestinians and other Arabs hating each other. Okay, it's an industry. But Donald Trump, it seemed to me, had a pretty benign vision of what could happen. And I'll just go over it real quick because you've heard it all. So he said, look, when you have 2.2 million people without water, without electricity, or coming back to rat-infested rubble, they're not going to prosper. Okay, number one, that's true, right? Across the board. How can you argue with that? Number two, the only way to reverse that is to rebuild Gaza, because the real estate on the Mediterranean Sea is very valuable and could, with security and foresight, be a prosperous place. That's two that you cannot argue with. But in order for that to happen, that you would have to move the 2.2 for a period of time into some safe areas in the Middle East. Okay, right? Can't have them right in the middle of a demolition derby. Now, is it going to happen? No. Is the United States going to take over Gaza? No. But the way that Donald Trump puts it gives his enemies agita. He goes, oh yeah, the United States will go in, because the United States could very well supervise this. We couldn't do it. It'd have to be done locally, but we could certainly supervise and organize Europe, Middle East countries to all pitch in and help. We could organize that. So what is wrong with President Trump's vision? Nothing. He's being benign. I'd like to get Pope Francis on the phone. I think Pope Francis would go, yeah, it sounds like a good idea to me. Let's alleviate a little suffering. Then all of a sudden it's ethnic cleansing. It's imperialism because of our dishonest media and the Democratic Party, which is off the chart stupid. And I talked about that with Hannity on his radio show today. It's on BillO'Reilly.com. The Democratic Party is now beyond anything rational. It's into moronic gibberish. And I'm not a party guy. I don't think the Republicans are geniuses. Okay? I'm a registered independent. All right. Now I'm going to back up what I just said. Okay? First thing is Donald Trump's initial foray into Gaza. Go.
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it, too. We'll own it and be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site, level the site and get rid of the destroyed buildings, level it out, create an economic development that will supply unlimited numbers of jobs and housing for the people of the area. Do a real job, do something different.
Now, as soon as Trump said, we'll take it over, then the nuts come out of the woodwork. They don't listen to the whole thing. Okay, so let's run two really insane reactions. Go.
It is horrific. It is the definition of ethnic cleansing. It is part of the culmination of what I view to be genocide of the Palestinian people. And this is genuinely one of the most horrific humanitarian catastrophes that we've seen in modern history.
In the search for solutions, we must not make the problem worse. It is vital to stay true to the bedrock of international law. It is essential to avoid any form of ethnic cleansing.
Now, the last guy is the Secretary General of the United Nations, Antonio Guterres. He's a moron. I'm sorry for the personal attack. But what else? How else am I going to describe the man? How else? There's no other word. So, bedrock of international law. There's no international law in Gaza. Hamas runs it. Okay? And ethnic cleansing, they both, Ocasio-Cortez, who's just beyond the pale. And I don't even have to describe her to you, you know. But this guy Gutierrez, he's the UN Secretary General. I mean, come on, it's almost like fifth grade, fourth grader. You're looking at them going, oh, okay, maybe mommy will pick you up after school. All right, the final soundbite, Democratic Party. I don't know. I don't know if they can ever come back in the next 10 years. So this is Ruben Gallego, the senator, Democratic senator from Arizona. Go.
Trump's position on Gaza is absolutely dumb, stupid, and illegal. And the United States will not be invading Gaza. We will not be occupying Gaza. And for the Republican Party and Trump to run as the anti-war candidates to suddenly ask for war, shows you the level of hypocrisy and/or lack of leadership that is occurring at the White House.
So that guy, we're going to invite him on the program next week. He won't come on. Because what's your solution? I'd love to ask the senator, what's your solution to it? All right, putting Trump aside, all right, you're in charge, Gaza, you, what do? I can tell you with 100% certainty, he has not one thought about it because he doesn't know what it is. He doesn't particularly care what it is. He uses Gaza to bash Trump. So anyway, I was going to run an MSNBC soundbite. I'm not even going to do it. If you were watching them or you have any emotion invested in any of those people, then I can't help you. I can't. All right. And that's the memo. Okay, let's go to Pam Bondi. So I knew this was going to happen. I predicted. And I'm going to play my soundbite. It's short. So she gets sworn in. The first thing she does is go, hey, you sanctuary city jurisdictions, we're not giving you any money. Okay? The Justice Department, we're pausing all money coming to you. Now, in case you don't know, because few Americans do, it's not your fault. The federal government provides block grants to local and state law enforcement to buy weapons, to buy cars, to upgrade their facilities, communications equipment. So it's not all the state and local funding for the cops. The feds put law enforcement money in to all 50 states. Well, Pam goes, you're a sanctuary city or county, you're not getting any. That's big. That's big. Okay, here are the top sanctuary cities in the country. New York, LA, Chicago, Philadelphia, San Diego, San Jose, San Francisco, Seattle, Denver, Washington. Boston right below that. So most of the big urban centers say we're not going to obey immigration law. That's what a sanctuary city is. We're not obeying it. We don't care. All right. Okay. So $500 million, $500 million a year goes out from the Justice Department, Pam Bondi, okay, to local and state law enforcement. No more if you're a sanctuary city. You're not getting a dime. It's going to crush them. And it's also going to put people in those cities in danger. But what are you going to do? If they're not going to obey the law, you can't reward that. So the acting chair of the San Diego County Board of Supervisors, he doesn't seem to care Roll tape on him.
We're not going to be participating in any type of effort around mass deportations. I'm very clear that it's a terrible waste of public resources, in addition to it being, frankly, unconscionable.
Yeah, now I know San Diego pretty well. My sister used to live there. You go to that city, one of the nicest cities in the country, used to be, overrun. Totally overrun by foreign nationals. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. So, Tara, we're not going to obey. Okay, no money. We'll see how that works out for you. All right, right after the election, November 21st, last November, all right, I said this, go. Any city or county in the United States that does not obey federal immigration law is denied federal funding. That's it. You want to be a sanctuary town, state, city, you don't get any tax dollars from Washington. And I want to up it not just to the Justice Department, but all education money, everything. Nothing. You don't get anything from the federal government if you're not going to obey federal law. And that'll turn it around. And that's the solution to the problem. DEI. So imagine this. I pay my taxes. I work hard for my money, and I'm a patriot, and I pay my taxes. I pay them every year. I don't try to dodge them. I tell my accountant, Swifty, pay it. Whatever they pay it. Pay it. Okay? And we pay it. I would like to have my dollars that I worked hard for respected. That means not wasted. Is that unreasonable? I bet you feel the same way. You work hard for your money. You give to Caesar what Caesar demands. All right? Pay your taxes. Now, I give a lot of money to Caesar and to the state of New York and to local Long Island, where I live. I expect that money to be supervised. Democratic Party doesn't want to do that. So, the USAID, $44 billion last year. $44 billion. Congress allotted the money. And it goes overseas. All right, this is under Biden. Biden had no idea. None about, he didn't even know what it was. And here are some of the projects, okay? $2 million in Moroccan pottery classes. $1 million to the Wuhan lab, very good. $20 million to Sesame Street in Iraq. $1.5 million to advanced diversity in Serbia. $2.5 million for electric vehicles in Vietnam. 47,000 transgender opera in the country of Colombia. 32,000 transgender comic books in Peru. 2 million sex changes in Guatemala. 6 million for tourism in Egypt. And this is just a partial list that comes out of Senator Joni Ernst's office. She's a patriot in Iowa. Now, this goes on and on and on and on. Okay? It never ends, to the tune of $44 billion. And nobody watches it. Now, the money that I just mentioned, and is far more. The $2.5 million for electric vehicles in Vietnam, for example, that's never going to get to electric vehicles. Somebody's going to steal it because there's nobody watching it. So if you know anything about Haiti, we have pumped hundreds of billions of dollars in the last 4 or 5 decades. Hundreds of billions gone into that island, half of the island with Dominican Republic. It's the worst place in the Western Hemisphere. It is not. It's worse now than ever because all the money that went in, my hard-earned tax dollars and yours, was stolen because nobody watched it. So now Trump says to Elon Musk, hey, I want you to look at all this and tell me, all right, where we can stop the waste. And the Democratic Party is objecting to that. Pretty hard to believe happening. Ivermectin, it's a name you've heard of, but forget the noise. This is about access to the medications you and your family really need. If you've had trouble getting it, you're not alone. That's why you need to check out All Family Pharmacy. As a licensed pharmacy in Florida, they make it easy to get ivermectin, mebendazole, and other medications that have become far too difficult to access. They'll provide the doctor's prescription, handle the whole process, ship it right to your door. It doesn't get much easier than that. Preparedness is not a luxury these days, it's a necessity. So don't wait for the system to crash down on you. Go to their new website, allfamilypharmacy.com/bill. Use code BILL10 for 10% off your order. Be proactive, take control, make sure your family is ready for whatever comes next. Okay, YouTube, tonight I am going to explain the disruption that Donald Trump is causing in the United States. And he is. He is a disruptor, and why he is doing it. YouTube.com/ put it up there again. YouTube.com/Bill O'Reilly. We're trying to get to 1 million by Easter and got about 850,000. It's free. No downside, but a lot of upside. So check us out on YouTube. Let's go to the mail. Hal Rothbaum, Asbury Park, New York. Hey, Bill, I was one of the many that thought President Trump's idea of developing Gaza was absurd. Then I came across this quote: "Only those who attempt the absurd can achieve the impossible." Albert Einstein. Okay, but it's not going to happen the way that Donald Trump put it out there, for the reasons that I told you earlier in the broadcast. But it's important to know that it could happen. But everybody would have to cooperate. Everybody. And everybody won't. It's too bad for those people. Frank, concierge member, which means Frank has a direct line to me. Special email. My team will help Frank if he needs it. The tariffs have caused a hysteria in the land. I believe that's due to the corrupt media. I know freedom of speech is guaranteed in the Constitution, but something really needs to be done about the media noise. Nothing will ever be done about it other than going bankrupt. So I have a message of the day about an activist guy writing in USA Today that Trump should be refused the Super Bowl, shouldn't go. This is USA Today. Read the message of the day on BillO'Reilly.com. It's free. And I mock the guy, I make fun of him. But USA Today is going to go out of business. It's just a matter of, what time is it? LA Times almost out of business. Washington Post. They're all going down. MSNBC's already cut loose from NBC. But the government can't do anything about it. It's a free marketplace. Angela, also a concierge member. Thank you, Angela. Pope Francis could clear his hypocrisy on illegal immigrants by unlocking the gates to the Vatican. No, that's not fair. So there was a Pope shot, you know that. There are a lot of terrorists who'd love to kill the Pope. You don't unlock the gates. And it's not hypocrisy that you're protecting yourself and the infrastructure of Vatican City. Thelma Bomi, Lufkin, Texas. Since President Trump signed a no tax on Social Security law, when does it go into effect? He doesn't sign a no tax on Social Security. He doesn't have that power. The tax law has to be signed by Congress. Now they're going to start to debate it soon. I don't know whether the Social Security component will get through or not. But Trump doesn't have that power. He can say, this is what I want, and most Republicans will go along. Mark Davies, Pattaya, Thailand. Haven't been to Pattaya, I've been to Thailand. Tough place. Hey, Bill, two questions. Is there now a leader of the opposition, the Democratic Party? Yes. Minnesota guy in, what's his name? I forget. He's a DNC chair. Ken Martin. I'm good. I'm old. And I can recall. Ken Martin. He's just the usual Minnesota liberal guy. I mean, he's not going to make a thing. In the House, Hakeem Jeffries. And our pal Chuck Schumer, leader in the Senate. That's what they got. Second question, I know Elon Musk has no power. Does he have any more than Tom Homan of ICE? Homan has more power. You got official position inside the Homeland Security Department. Musk is an advisor. Mike DeCesare, Rancho Cucamonga, California. Thank you for your great insight, O'Reilly, into both the Biden and Trump administrations. What are your thoughts on the current status of student loan forgiveness? Well, it's over. The loans, federal loans, that Biden forgave will stay. Can't do anything about them, but no more. Josephine Frickman, Auburn, Georgia. What is the historic order of the killing books? You know, I've gone down this before, but I'll just give you the first few. So, Killing the Witches is the Mayflower and all that. And then you go to Killing England, the Revolutionary War, George Washington. And then you go to Killing Lincoln, the Civil War. And then you go up to Killing Crazy Horse, the Indian Wars. And that gets you up into so-called modern times. And then we got books of World War II and the mob and all that other business, okay? So that's how you go. And if you read them all, you'll be the smartest person on the block by far. Bob Lesky, Southington, Ohio. I had to chuckle when you announced the title of your new book, Confronting Evil. I was wondering if Joe or Kamala are included. I don't think they're evil, Bob. Incompetent? Yeah. Evil? No. When you read about the people we have in Confronting Evil, these are off the chart. And you can check out the descriptions and everything on BillO'Reilly.com, and Amazon's got it up already. Amazon, they're hustlers over there. That book will be out early September. It's going to be controversial. No politics in the book. None. So I got a call today from the person who runs our website. It says, hey, the Not Woke hats are almost sold out. I said, what? We just ordered them. So we're getting a whole bunch more. Almost sold out. Everybody wants them. Everybody's screaming. And they want the mugs. Or we had no Not Woke mugs. We had to reorder them. Polo shirts, T-shirts, bumper stickers. Flying out of here. Not Woke. Spread the word. Love the hats. And then we have President's Day book offer. Killing Lincoln, Killing Kennedy, Confronting the Presidents. All together. We bundled them for President's Day at a good price. United States of Trump, you know, you want to read that book if you care about Trump at all. And we want you to subscribe to our newsletter. This is free. Okay, BillO'Reilly.com/newsletter. You know, we're giving you free stuff all over the place. So, BillO'Reilly.com/newsletter. Word of the day, one of my favorite words of all time. Do not be jejune. Jejune. I bet you don't know what that is. Look it up. Look it up. Look it up. Back with the Super Bowl in a moment. We don't talk enough about those truly making a positive impact. So let's take a moment to discuss Delta Rescue, the world's largest no-kill care-for-life animal sanctuary. Home to more than 1,500 rescued animals. It is staffed by trained specialists who provide lifelong care, love, and safety. They do incredible work. But look, it's important to remember that Delta Rescue relies solely on contributions from us. I have donated, and so should you. Their founder, Leo Grillo, built a legacy of dedication and everlasting love for animals. So consider making it a part of your legacy too. Talk with an estate planner. Check out the estate planning tab at deltarescue.org. You can make a difference, even get potential tax benefits. So please visit deltarescue.org today to learn more. deltarescue.org. President Trump's victory is a win for America. It's what most voters think. But Bidenomics has left us with a failing economy. I rely on American Hartford Gold to protect my savings with physical gold and silver, and you should consider that. American Hartford Gold has thousands of five-star ratings and an A+ from the Better Business Bureau. A tax-advantaged gold IRA can shield you from worsening inflation. You can even roll over your 401k or IRA tax-free and penalty-free. So act now before it's too late. Call or text American Hartford Gold. Tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you for up to $15,000 of free silver on qualifying orders. Call 866-501-5201 or text Bill to 65532. That's 866-501-5201 or text Bill to 65532. Okay, 2 years ago I was at the Super Bowl, Philadelphia Eagles, Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City won. What a fabulous game that was in Glendale, Arizona. I had great seats. What a good time. I didn't go down to New Orleans because I knew it was going to be crazy, and now that Trump is going, insanity will rule. Just didn't want to be. It's crowded, and oh boy. I might go next year. Anyway, here's my prediction. I think the Eagles are going to win. Do not bet the game. One fumble, one screw up, that's enough. The teams are so close. But I think that the Philadelphia offense, okay, with Saquon Barkley, will wear down the Kansas City defense. And that'll be the difference. Mahomes is a genius. He'll do well. And the Philadelphia offensive line is 800-pound guys. But so I think Philly is going to squeak it out, but I would not bet the game. And we don't take any betting advertising here. I wanted to clarify that. I told you that yesterday. We don't take pot, we don't take betting, we don't take pop-ups. And the reason on the betting is you can get addicted to that pretty damn fast. All right, if you keep it friendly, $10 here, $20, okay. Boy, that's an easy addiction. And I just don't want to be, particularly for younger people. All right, just my preference. We're not in this for the money. You know, we have to make money to generate and pay our people and all that. But I have a higher calling than that. Okay, that is it for us today. I'll have a new column for you on Sunday. I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to do yet. And we very much appreciate you watching and listening to the No Spin News. We'll see you again on Monday. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.